Okay, I loved the old Star Trek animated show.
Sure.
I loved it as a kid. It was so close to like when the original Star Trek came out that they used the same writers, so the scripts are really good.
Stop! Paramount, stop trying to make new Trek happen. No one will remember it in 5 minutes, much less 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, or 50 years. That's why we still go back to Kirk and Spock. We still go back to Picard. We're still talking about Deep Space Nine. No one will be talking about a single moment of Kurtzman Trek outside of Picard season 3. Stop!
When you take a family brand where mum, dad takes the kids to go and see a film, and you're pushing this ideology, which is not meant for children, and we get this stupid standoff between corporation and customer, guess who wins? The customer
every single
wins.
time, and that's what we want to win.
time.
As what we want is the free expression and exchange of ideas, so we can mock the fuck out of them whenever we want.
I'm here to talk to you about voting. Did you know that ballots could be naked?
I'm like naked. They're sitting there literally just telling you how fucking stupid these people think you are, right?
And if you don't do exactly what I tell you, your ballot could get thrown out.
Those who preach the loudest have the most to hide. All day, every day.
In what other environment can a business say, like, oh, the customers don't want what I'm selling? It's the customers clearly that are wrong then. They need to change.
Anyway, go away now.
And welcome into Tuesday night's main event, or Tuesday afternoon's main event. And that was an awesome animation. So we are going to drop links. I don't know if you have that link, Steph, but make sure that the mods have that. Go support that video. That is awesome stuff. Thank you to Chris Gore for highlighting that. And I think the real BBC highlighted it earlier. But we are live. Now, why are we live? I mean, I did say I was canceling, and everybody screamed at me and yelled at me. I called Melanie early. I'm like, hey, we're doing main event early. Everybody's yelling at me. Are you available? She goes, of course. And then she called me a gamer word, and you know, that's what she does. But yes, we are here, and so it's going to be a 2-hour episode, and then we have Mario Golf after that, and then I'm probably going to do a Cobra Cast after that. So we got a full night ahead of us, but we do have the man, the myth, the legend, Drunk 3PO is here.
I don't know how I keep getting invited back, but thank you for having me.
Who did invite you?
All that, I don't know. I just saw the link.
We missed you last week.
Oh, that's nice.
Missed you sitting there and not saying anything. It was felt empty.
When I heard Jeremy introduce Jay as the man, the myth, and the legend, I thought he was talking about himself because his head is so fucking big.
Are you gonna be okay, Jeremy? That's like 3 streams. It's very draining, you know.
I stream with my heroes.
Worse than a real job.
I stream with my heroes, so I'm gonna try to make it through it. I don't know if my social battery is gonna hold up, but we will see. We will see.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I thank you, Jay. It's really hard to sit down and bitch about pop culture and make money. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to survive. So
unbelievable. You play video games for a living. It must be tough, man.
It's a really tough gig.
You should write a book on how you cope.
I know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but we'll see. We'll try to. It's going to be tough, but we need to have that social battery that we're going to have that starts running empty, and then the more super chats fill it up, and then it makes it where I can actually.
The true miracle is that you are so drained and it's so hard, but you still have the time to shower and bathe, unlike Asmongold.
That's right.
who probably smells like shit.
Well, Melanie did what, 9 hours Tomb Raider?
I did, yeah, for the well, it was the release date. Well, it's technically a day before because my Xbox took a vacation to New Zealand. So because of that, I was able to play it early, and yeah, I did a 9-hour stream. But yeah, here's the thing though, is I think people like Asmongold, people who are complaining about, oh, you know, this is so hard and stuff. It's because they don't have real friends. And I'm not even trying to say this to be a bully. I'm just saying, like, when you look at their circles and it's a bunch of other people who are on this like woke ideology and stuff like that, those people aren't real friends, because you know you are one small misstep away, one small disagreement away from them dropping you and clout farming on hating you. So when you don't have real friends, you don't have a social life to get to outside of stream or people to talk to, then yeah, I can see how the only social interaction you're ever getting is on stream. Then that would be a pretty depressing thing. But that's just kind of the reality with that kind of space and the people that they're hanging with. They'll throw you under the bus for just some Twitter likes.
1000%. And that's kind of like the other day, I texted you right after my video on Asthma Gold, and I'm like, hey, I didn't even know he went after you. And you're like, dude, it's all good. And I'm like, no, I got your back. And you're like, you don't have to feel obligated. Like, I have controversial opinions. You don't have to. And I'm like, no, it's not about that. Like, I got you, you know? And so, but that's a friendship discussion. Whereas these people will go after each other if they don't, like, oh, I can't believe that you don't agree with my opinions and all that shit. It's really, really weird. But at the end of the day, yeah, real people can have real discussions and hash things out and not worry about like the internet bullshit that comes behind it. But with that said, Melanie, you've had a good week. How you doing?
Yeah, I've had a great week. I mean, the Tomb Raider remasters, been still playing the crap out of those. Spent some time with family, touching some grass over the weekend, and getting banned on Twitch. Well, 14-day suspension. That was fun. So it's been very eventful. The cancel pigs are out in full force, or were last weekend, and then they're also tagging YouTube. You need to deplatform her too. Everybody needs to deplatform her. Yeah, it's been hilarious.
And she's I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed. Melanie kind of bent the knee a little bit. If you go look at her most recent Twitter post, you will see.
You'll see it.
It's going to shock you. You would never guess what she says. I like likes incoming on that video right there.
Yep.
So good. So good. What's up, Fear the Beardo?
How's it going, guys? Happy Pokemon Day to all of you guys. We got some juicy, exciting news for an upcoming Pokemon game that is likely to be a flagship launch day game for the Switch 2 in 2025. So we will get into that. But man, another Tuesday, impromptu, early Tuesday night's main event. What the hell are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's good to be here, man. Let's do this damn thing.
Oh, we got Ginger Jesus in the house. What's up, Jed?
Yo. It's great to be here, back after so long. My social battery is charged, ready to go, freshly showered. Let's dive into the grime of what we're talking about.
And she's not an illegal immigrant. She's actually a legal person. At least that's what I hear anyway. Hi, Steph. How are you?
I mean, as far as you're concerned, as far as you know, I'm legal. I don't know. What is up? Hello. Yeah, I just finished a stream, a TikTok stream. So my brain is fried right now, but yeah, super excited. Let's go.
Let's go.
Event, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Will this be our normal time?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it started.
Hey, listen, if Friday Night Tights used to be a nighttime show, now it's literally like Friday morning tights almost.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we follow the same trend. But yes, so we got a lot to talk about. And first thing, let's just jump into this Pokemon stuff. So there was we've got some news out of the world of Nintendo and Pokemon. And as you know, we do have the 9-time Pokemon League champion here, Fear the Beardo.
Right.
So, Beardo, do you want to tell us what's going on? What's the latest with the world of Pokemon?
Yeah. So this morning, Pokemon had its Pokemon Presents, where in the beginning of the presentation, they showed off some of their smaller apps that they got going on. They showed off the next step in Pokemon Sleep, which is gay. Their virtual trading card game, which actually kind of looks pretty cool. Like you open up packs on your phone, and while it's not physical media, you're not getting these actual cards. But the cool thing is what they do is the images in these Pokemon cards that you get to open up, you can actually zoom in and you can see in the background, a peek in the background, like it's like an interactive picture almost. Like you can zoom in on the card and zoom in on the picture, and you can see like the environment and Pokemon that aren't on the face, but you zoom in into the environment. It's actually kind of creative the way they did it. That was one thing. But the big news is that the next Pokemon game coming out in 2025 is technically a sequel to Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that is Pokemon Legends Z to A, which is also a direct sequel to Pokemon X and Y. So Pokemon X and Y were Gen 6. there was speculation that there was going to be a Pokemon Z that generation. That never happened. It got scrapped because Pokemon X and Y are kind of like the least favorites in the Pokemon fandom. They don't really get a lot of love.
And why is my favorite? That's the one I played the most out of every Pokemon game.
And a lot of people do enjoy X and Y. I think it just got it got unreasonable hate because I did enjoy X and Y as well. But Pokemon Z, Legends Z to A, was launched this morning. And I did link the trailer. I don't know if we want to watch it. It's the second link I dropped in the private chat. If you, it's only a minute long. But it's got a lot of people excited, man. And it's bringing Mega Evolutions back. So there's been a gimmick each generation. And it started with Generation 6 with Mega Evolutions. And then after that with Gen 7, it was like Z moves. Gen 8 was Gigantamax. And now in Gen 9, it's this stupid terraforming. Mega Evolution was awesome. And they should have never stepped away from it. And they're bringing it back. And a lot of people are happy about it. I think a lot of people are happy that Legends is coming back because the Legends Arceus game was like...
I loved it.
It
but
was
now
like,
I'm not historically a Pokemon person, but for me, like as a newbie or a normie to it, I thought it was really good.
So in the current climate of Pokemon with Pal World coming out, a lot of people are saying like, this is what Pokemon should do. But you have to keep in mind, this is Nintendo. Pokemon is a children's game. And every time you start a Pokemon game, you're playing as a 10-year-old school kid. So you can't really do the whole survival aspect. But Legends Arceus was more of a love letter to the child Pokemon fans back in the 90s and early 2000s that are now adults now, that there was a little bit of survival to Legends Arceus. Your character you play as can actually die from fall damage, from Pokemon. Like, Pokemon will attack your actual player, which has never been done in a Pokemon game before. There is farming. There is crafting. Legends Arceus is more of like, oh, the children that played Pokemon in the 90s and 2000s, they're all adults now. Let's make a game for them. And Legends Arceus resonated with a lot of those older Pokemon fans. So I'm glad that they're bringing it back. They didn't just shelve it. It wasn't a one and done. They're bringing Legends back, and it's going to be Legends Z to A. And it's awesome. Are we going to play the damn trailer or what?
I mean, we can. Why don't you pull the damn trailer up?
I can't. I'm streaming on Kick. I can't. I'm streaming on Kick. I can't do I can't.
I'm alive.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm just saying, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the damn thing.
I kind of wish they would have done something extremely ambitious that Pokemon fans have been wanting for a long time, and especially with the upcoming Switch 2 would have been perfect, a Pokemon MMO. When is that going to happen?
Well, that's the thing is like Nintendo's classic at this. That they have so much opportunity on the table. And I know that it's not specific. Like, you got Game Freak that's involved with this, but like Nintendo, they leave so much money on the table that it's absolutely insane. Like, we talked about this. They could literally create the Netflix of video gaming with all of their IPs over the years, and they just go, yeah, we're just gonna have dog shit online games. You know, we're not really worried about it. They leave so much money on the table. But like Pokemon, for instance, again, I do think like the Pal World blew up. It became this mega sensation. Now it has dropped off a lot, hasn't it? From the player base, the numbers. Like,
people are still playing it. A lot of people are still playing it, but I think Helldivers 2 is kind of taking the narrative, the news gaming narrative. But for a few weeks there, like 2 or 3 weeks, it was all Pal World. And now I think Helldivers is kind of taking up some of that hype, but people are still playing Pal World.
Yeah. So, I mean, with all the success of Pal World, people are questioning like, hey, is this going to pressure Nintendo to step their game up with Pokemon and everything like that?
I do think slightly. And I say slightly because this game has already obviously been planned.
Yes, this was not a response. This
was not a response, but this is coming out 2025. They have an entire calendar year for this game to come out, and it's coming out 2025, and there's a little sneaky thing at the very end of it where I think this is going to be a launch title for the Switch 2, and I'll show you why. There's some very articulate wording at the very end. But let's watch the trailer, and we'll get more into it.
Yep, let's do it.
Freak.
So right away when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is Legends.
I have no idea what's going on.
Just wait, Jay.
It's
Just
okay,
wait.
Jay. Just calm down, Jay.
Eat your corn, Jay.
It does, yeah. The trailer, I've watched it, so it doesn't really show a lot.
No, not at all. No gameplay, no nothing. It's just, it's a hype up video, pretty much.
Right.
Hype up.
Yeah, get people hyped.
Get people hyped, Jay. Come on, you know.
Is anybody hyped?
Yes.
I'm fucking hyped.
A lot of people are hyped about this. Jay's awfully cranky since Steiner math. That is true. He is.
I didn't say anything.
So that's 100%. That entire trailer was meant for Pokemon fans, and that's it. That was not because if you don't know Pokemon, you're Jay at that point in time.
So keep going.
Pikachu is.
Keep playing a little bit. I'll tell you when to pause.
That's all you need to know, Jay.
And pause. Wait. Go a little bit further. Go a little bit further.
How much further, Beardo? You made it awkward. You made it awkward.
So right there's the Mega Evolution symbol, bringing back Mega Evolutions. Well, fuck. All right, I thought there was one more thing.
Good job, Beardo.
I swear on the actual what is it? The presentation, there was like some extra literature on there, but releasing simultaneously worldwide. And there was something actually, I know for a fact in the presentation, it said releasing simultaneously on all Switch platforms or all Switch devices, which tells me that it's going to launch with Switch 2.
Could be talking about the OLED.
Could be talking about the OLED.
That's still the Switch. That's still the Switch. Switch Lite, Switch, and Switch OLED. It's all the same fucking console.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that. And they've never really said that about any other, to my knowledge. Now, I haven't seen.
But when they said it in the presentation that it's launching on all Switch devices, that's a sneaky little confirmation that it's going to be launching on Switch 2.
I would say. If you follow the Nintendo news cycle, the Switch 2 rumors are fucking insane. All right, like they're insane.
And the fact that it's coming 2025 and there was not an official season, whether spring, summer, fall, or winter. It just said coming 2025. This is lining up, and when they say launching on all Switch devices, it's confirming
though.
It's confirming it's going to be Switch 2. It's going to be a launch title for Switch 2.
I don't think it's confirming it.
A sneaky little assumption could be made that it's going to be launching on Switch 2.
Maybe.
And Nintendo would want a day one Pokemon game on Switch 2.
Yes, I agree.
They would want it and probably quite need it. So what I'm guessing, another thing with Z to A, because it's a sequel to X and Y. They could have just called it Pokemon Legends Z, but it's Z to A. So another thing that I'm hoping for is that we're going Z to A. That means that every single Pokemon that existed from Gen 1 to Gen 6, where this game takes place in, is going to be in the fucking game. Which means that there's going to be upwards to 700 to 800 Pokemon in this fucking game. If we're going Z to A.
I still don't know if it's confirmed Switch 2. Yeah, that's where you're losing me. That's where you, Jay. What do you think, Jay? What do you think, Jay?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
No, I agree with Beardo on this.
Z
one.
to A.
I think it is implying a Switch 2 because why else would you say all Switch platform?
It was like all Switch devices is what
all
it
Switch
said.
devices because I mean
What, it works on
Yeah,
the
they
Switch
haven't
OLED, but
said
it doesn't
that
work on the
before.
Switch Lite?
Right, exactly. It makes sense to me that that would mean Switch 2.
I do understand. I understand the point, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but I just don't think it confirms. Beardo used the word confirms that it confirms the Switch 2.
It can imply.
It's a sneaky implication.
Yeah,
that
there we go.
It's going to be on Switch 2.
Well, I can't wait to see what all the Nintendo channels I watch kind of go with that information. Because again, the Switch 2 rumors have been, you have no idea. Like it's kind of stupid. Like it really is. I've seen Nintendo channels just melting down because we didn't get the Switch 2 announcement this year. They're acting like it's over for Nintendo. Like, oh my God, we're not getting a Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Nintendo's going to die. Like they're about to have the best selling console of all time. I think they're going to be okay. You'll be okay. Calm down. So anyway, look, go ahead.
Fuck. What the fuck was I gonna say?
I'm struggling.
I'm not sure. I'm overwhelmed. I'm excited. About this, is what it is.
He is a massive Pokemon fan. He really is.
So cool. I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say. Hey, you guys want to see my Pokeball that carries all my DS games in it?
All right.
And look what's at the very front. Pokemon Fibers.
All right, that was a nice save, Beardo. Jay, here's what Jay would have done. When you full screen Jay, what are you gonna do, Jay?
Star Wars Theory gave me a lightsaber.
Oh, that's cool.
That is very cool.
That is all right. That was good. All
I
right,
broke it though. Don't tell them.
They want a Pokemon
right
game.
here.
So this is what I was gonna say.
I'll just put it down.
And we bought him enough time. He finally got there.
So this is what I was gonna say, and I was gonna say it, and then I wanted to bring up the trailer first. But speaking of Pal World and the kind of lighting that fire underneath Game Freak and the Pokemon Company's ass a little bit, they have over a year. They have a calendar year plus some. So this game was probably already in development, but after Pal World, they have plenty of time to make adjustments, to add in certain things, to please Pokemon fans, while also still staying true to the Pokemon formula, but innovating a little bit, optimizing their shit because of the success and overwhelming success of Pal World. They have plenty of time to take some stuff from Pal World and say, okay, people really like this. Let's see if we can do it and tweak it in our own way. So they have plenty of time, man. Plenty of time. And I do think this is going to be a flagship game for the Switch too.
Well, the thing I can definitely see where connected to Power World is Nintendo, as far as I'm aware, doesn't usually make announcements this far out. They're much more like in the 6-month cycle, and this game could come out anywhere from a year to nearly 2 years. So the fact that it's coming out now way sooner than they normally do an announcement, I can definitely see the trailer, at least if nothing else, being an implication that this was a response to Power World.
There was no gameplay. There was no gameplay.
It's so early in the
all.
process.
This is just
desperation.
A hype trailer. Like this is coming, and stay tuned.
Well, I mean, I have seen. I mean, the excitement for this announcement has been out there. It's been pretty big too. So people are and the speculation. Of course, that's what they want. They want people talking about it. They want people speculating. I'm interested to see how my Nintendo channels are going to respond to this releasing on all Switch consoles. So time will tell. All right, so good. We got the Pokemon news out of the way. Jay, thank you so much for all the feedback on that one. Really appreciate your insight. You were amazing, Jay. I don't. You can take the rest of the night off, buddy.
Yeah, fantastic.
I thought he was playing Mario Golf.
Oh, there he goes.
He really just left.
Every time he's on stream, it's like, is his camera frozen or is Jay just being Jay?
Yeah, I know. You never know. You never know. Did you hear when I called him the other day? He had to be watching my stream. Somebody gave me $100 to call him live and just call him a fig. And I call him and he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, oh, now look who returns.
There he is.
You know what? Beardo's replacing you up top, Jay.
That's fine.
Yeah. Oh man, you
below
didn't- all right, never mind,
Melanie.
fuck that.
What the
No,
fuck are we
there.
doing?
Yeah, there we go.
What the fuck are we doing?
There we go. Hang
It's
on.
not gassy.
Let's see. All right, there we go. You happy
okay.
now? You happy?
Okay.
You happy?
I'm
Is that
below
okay?
Something
Is that
happened.
okay? So- but okay, we have to talk about the week that was, and Melanie Mac is intertwined in all of this with Hassan Asmongold, the social battery. But then, so I made a video about Asmongold's response to Hassan's take that streaming is more difficult than a real job. And when I made that video, I basically was like, Asmongold, he's kind of hit or miss for me on his opinions, but I don't really have a problem with him, yada, yada, yada. I disagreed with everything he said on the Hassan thing. But, that's like a 38-minute video I uploaded over on my D-Day Cobra channel. I make that video, and then everybody in my comment section were like, did you see what he said about Melanie? Did you see what he said? I was like, I did not, because I was very complimentary of him. And so then I went and saw his take on you getting banned from Twitch. Now, I don't know if you've got an official statement from Twitch, because I don't think they give that. So you had to speculate as to why they banned you.
Yeah,
because
if they gave me an official statement, then I could, fire back at them for religious discrimination. So they were.
And this is why they're vague about that stuff. This is why they're vague, so they don't have to give you a specific reason. So you speculated, and you found this clip that you assumed was the reason that they banned you. And then you uploaded that to Twitter and to YouTube. And then you had Asmongold did a response video to that. And his entire chat was roasting him for his takes. It was really bad. And so what's been your experience with all of this week, Melanie?
Yeah, honestly, it was just, I wasn't expecting it at all. It was out on Friday. I'm like heading to my mom and dad's house on their little farm to unplug for the weekend because I like doing that. And after I parked my car, I'm like just scrolling through Twitter really quick, and I see people tagging me in one of those Twitter accounts that they always say so-and-so got banned. Like it always tweets out when someone gets banned. And I'm like, oh, I got banned. So I was like, wow. So I'm checking my email, and then it just gives this vague answer like hate speech and stuff like that. So then I just made a video talking about that. My community is all like, they're the ones that pulled together that clip, and they're like, this must have been it. Because they scoured through my last stream VOD and all that. And so then I quote tweeted it, and I was like, yeah, I think this is probably it then. So, I mean, basically what I did was just talk about my opinions about the LGBT identities stuff and how I don't consider that an identity. I don't consider sexuality is real. Just from a biblical standpoint, I think there's God's way and everything else is sin. And hey, people are entitled to disagree. Totally fine with that. But I should be able to share my religious beliefs. And that's not forcing on anybody to share that. So yeah, Asmongold picked up. Well, I got a lot of people trying to cancel me, of course. Other fellow streamers, many who I had worked with in the past, they wanted to take this opportunity to virtue signal and be like, oh, that sweet little Melanie Mac that I used to work with, what happened to her? and so they're just taking all that opportunity. They're tagging all of like YouTube. She needs deplatform, blah, blah, blah. They're all acting like Randall from Recess, which used to back in the day, if you were a tattletale, it was an embarrassing thing. But now in society, it's just like, for some reason, people are unashamed to be little cancel pigs and tattletales. So
well, it wouldn't surprise me if someone came to them like, didn't you work with her?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But their response is always, "Oh, that sweet little Melanie Mac. What happened to her?"
She was radicalized.
It was like, bro, they don't realize I was still calling my brother's F slur on a daily basis. Like,
yep.
So
I view Melanie as somebody that was kind of, and again, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, Melanie, because we never talked about this, but like I view you as someone that you always kind of had your beliefs, but the social climate wasn't so ridiculous all these years ago. So you're like, all right, well, I'll play ball, and if I'll be respectful or whatever. But the more that it's gotten just so fucking insane the last few years, you're kind of like, you know what? To hell with this. I'm not playing nice anymore. I'm just going to tell people exactly how I feel. Is that an accurate assessment?
For the most part, I did go through a brief couple years where I kind of was going through a late rebellious stage and went full retard. But well, maybe not full retard, but a little retard. So I did have a brief moment of that. But even then I wasn't, because even then that was during like, not to bring a lot of politics into this, but that was when like Trump and Hillary, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was, even back then, I was like, oh, I hope Trump wins. So it's like, that's just the extent, just to kind of put things into perspective. So even though I was kind of going through some woke motions, I still was very grounded in how I've been raised for the most part. And so, yeah, I got tired of it. And also, my main thing used to be gaming hosting. It was like hosting for GameStop TV or Riot Games or this company or that company. And I was PR trained. Like, oh, you don't say this. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about religion. You don't this, that, or the other. And so I kept a filter over myself, and I just did not. I was like, okay, I'm going to be out of a job. Well, things got so out of hand with the vaccine mandates, people trying to push all that. I wasn't getting the jab, and I got sick and tired of seeing all these streamers tell everybody, all their audience, if you don't get this, then you're selfish and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, we've reached full clown world. Enough is enough. I'm going to stop this like PR trained thing, and I'm just going to speak out. To heck with it. If I lose my content creation job, I will just be a personal trainer and a nutritionist. I signed up to get my nutrition license. I thought it was going to be over. So then all this happened, and things ended up working out in the end, because I didn't realize there was this really awesome community in the nerd space. I had no idea, because all I have ever seen were all I've ever worked with and interacted with were these streamers, so these woke streamers and stuff, and everybody in the industry who keep peddling all this. So I just didn't know that there were people who actually thought for themselves in here.
And I think that's an interesting take on it too, because that's something like Carolyn said the same thing. You know, when she went through, you know, her cancellation, she's like, I had no idea this side of the internet existed. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't realize that it's not that weird world of like that woke ideology that you have to tiptoe around. There's a whole different world out there that's, you know, that's out here with the internet, where you can be yourself. And again, just like point blank, like I have literally never talked to Melanie about her, like, who you voting for, Melanie? You better vote for who I want. Like, we've never had that conversation. I don't have that conversation with anybody on my team unless they want to have the conversation with me. I think they all know where I stand, but it's not like I'll run around like asking anybody that I know that I'm friends with or anything like that. So the whole thing has been wild, and it's so right now you're banned for 14 days on Twitch. And then go ahead, Jay.
No, I'm curious, how did you find this community?
Quartering.
Let me just shout out Kara real quick. She's in chat. She says Mel and I were in the same streamer circle back in the day. She speaks the truth.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Kara. But yeah, I honestly, y'all found me, because I didn't even realize. And Chrissy Mayer, it was Frank who reached out. He emailed me. He's like, oh yeah, Chrissy Mayer, she wants you on her podcast. And at the time, like, that was not long after I was getting canceled and got blacklisted from the gaming industry. And when I saw that email, I'm like, Chrissy, a woman, she's gonna hate my guts. I'm just like, all women are woke. Like, heck that. I didn't even reply. And so then he replied, then he followed up a second time. I don't know, like a week later, and was like, hey, Chrissy really wants you on her show. And I'm like, let me just see what she's like. And I start watching her videos, and I was like, oh, she's awesome. Okay. So then I was on her show. She did an interview. It was super fun. Then I was on Jay's podcast.
Look at it. Look at that's why Jay asked, because he knew he would get a shout.
I'm a small fish, man. Come on, man.
Subscribe to Drunk 3PO.
No.
So then I was on his podcast right after that. Was on Critical Drinkers not long after that, and it just snowballed. Then like I met you guys, like the F&T crew, and all these other creators in the fellowship, and I was like, this is awesome. I didn't know that there's people I feel like I could fit in with, because I always felt like such an outsider in the gaming industry. So I was really excited about that.
To your point, and I know you're not going to be offended by it. And know what? Nobody else that I'm friends with it. But every time there's a new girl that kind of shows up in our sphere, I'm like, fuck, another one. I'm staying away, because you never know who these women are that keep popping up. You know,
I think the same thing. I assume they're woke, and I know people have to think that about me too, especially since I have tattoos and pink hair now and all that. And I'm like, I just know everybody thinks I'm woke when they first see me. But that's part of the fun, because at first I was like, because I used to dye my hair like fun colors and all that, and I used to be like, right after getting canceled, I felt like, oh, okay, I need to just only have my hair natural. I need to be a certain way, because then everybody's going to think I'm woke otherwise. And then after a while, I was like, oh, it's kind of fun to be a chameleon and to surprise people.
Yeah.
So if they see this girl who they think is going to be like all one way, and then boom, drop the F slur.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, people are bringing up Mally. Same thing with Mally, though. I said this. I was like, when Mally Mouse pulled, kind of popped up, I was like, oh gosh, another based chick. And then I saw her Twitter feed, and she was like, she was calling out some shit, you know, like Biden and Trump. I was like, okay, she's legit. You know what I mean? But I'm always like, but you said that about, you're like, oh God, a girl, she's going to hate me because all women are woke.
I always think that. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think your first introduction was in Dallas, right? Like you went to the Dallas meetup.
Well, the quartering making a video of you was kind of, I think that's what introduced you to our sphere.
You're right. You're right. Technically, yeah, that would be it. I feel bad.
I mean, she got out of her house to come to the.
Well,
don't feel bad about fuck the quartering. No, I love Jeremy. I love Jeremy. He runs Friday Night Tight, so I have to be nice to him.
Legit, like my hero, because back when I first started getting canceled, but before I went full like go boom on everybody, I first started speaking out because I saw how they're treating classic Lara Croft and stuff, and treating her like, oh, she's such a misogynistic character. Oh my goodness. And I hated to see that. So even when I was still working with GameStop TV and stuff, and I had to be careful with my opinions, I still was like, well, wait up, guys. This is ridiculous. And I started standing up for classic Lara Crofts. And even just saying that Anita Sarkeesian came after me, and all these people are like going after me and telling me like, oh, you're internally misogynistic and all that. Well, then the Quartering makes a video about me and defended me. I just noticed one day all of my mentions, I had all this support flooding in, and I was like, where is this coming from? And my brother texted me. He's like, Melanie, there's this guy called The Quartering I watched, and he made a video about you. I was like, what? So I go and I watch it. I was like, this is awesome. And so a couple other times he made videos about me when the mob started trying to cancel me. So technically, yeah, he is the first one. But and then he told me to make my Go Boom channel and all that. He's like, do it. You know, no excuses. You need to make this happen. And so I consider him my mentor with all that. And
I know everybody wants to talk like the people that don't like Jeremy Hambley is an awesome fucking guy. All right. Yeah. He has always had my back. He's always looked out for me, and he looks out for so many people. Dude is legit. I know he goes on his drunk tweets on Twitter, and it's cringe as hell. He's the man. Okay. He is awesome. But yeah, the Dallas, what you brought up. So you came out to the meetup at Dallas.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the 2 years ago, was it? Something like that.
2 or 3 years ago?
2 or 3, something like that. Yeah. I did go there, and I didn't. That was before I was a little shy because I didn't really know
I could tell you were nervous.
I was very shy.
I did, and I feel bad because there was I was standing next to you, and there was this some guy. He's next to me. He goes, "Is that Melanie Mack?" And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, hey, Melanie, the guy wants to meet you. And then I was like, I got pulled in 1,000 different directions.
Right.
And I'm thinking back on it. I didn't know you that well at the time, but like, you definitely were like overwhelmed. You're like, what the hell? Because there was a lot of people there. There was a lot of people.
Yeah, but Jay was great because like he was just like, are you okay? Or if somebody was, he's like, oh, is this person bothering you? Are you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I did feel a lot more comfortable with him looking out for me.
Yeah.
So.
Jay's the biggest guy in the room.
Jay's the best of us. And then there was another point I was going to make. I pulled a Beardo now. I forgot what I was going to say. Beardo, say something. Say something, Beardo. Say something, Beardo. Never mind. I figured it out.
Lock it the fuck in.
That's your thing to keep us going.
Yeah, lock it the fuck in, Jeremy. Remember, what are you doing? Wake up. This is your fucking show.
Wake up. But yes, back to the whole point at hand, though, bringing it back full circle. But that's what is important with all of this is that there's going to be more people that are going to get caught up in this cancel culture bullshit. It's going to happen. And there's this decision, and again, you do. We've seen it with Melanie, with Carolyn, and many others. Like a lot of people feel like they're on an island, and that's kind of what the whole woke kind of crowd. They try to isolate you and make you feel like you're alone when you step outside of the circle, and they want to make you feel.
Yeah, but Jeremy, I got to interrupt you, Jeremy, because this is, and I've said this a million times, and this is the main reason why. And I'm so glad I found Geeks and Gamers. It was the same thing. It was during The Last Jedi. I didn't have a YouTube channel or anything, and all I did was tweet something simple about like Luke, and like it was my first time experiencing a dog pile like on Twitter. And here was this guy who didn't wear a hat at the time, named Jeremy, on his Twitter, and he just was like, "F you," and I was like, "Man, this guy is awesome, man!" Like he's like. He doesn't have to like it. F you. And it was just like constant. And that day one, man, I'll never forget. It was like I was pulled into Geeks and Gamers because Jeremy like made it, you know, whether you liked Jeremy or not from G&G, it was like he always like didn't care what you believed, but he always wanted you to express yourself. And he hated that other nerds and geeks were getting picked on for their opinion.
Yeah.
And I'll never, you know, when I had a YouTube channel, like I started it as like a stupid hobby. Never in a million years I thought I would be on a live stream here. It's still shocking actually. Somebody from the press went after my little tiny. I had like 40 subs at the time or something like that, and they went after my opinion on a Star Wars movie. And Jeremy's like, "All right, that's enough. Like I'm gonna defend this guy who has a stupid name named Drunk 3PO, and like we're gonna," and he did like, and it was like I've been, you know, G&G like at 100% because it's like not that it's like a safe space, but it's like we don't have to be bullied by these weirdos online, and that we do have a community out there that we might not all agree or vote the same way or whatever, but it's like at the end of the day we could laugh and like Beardo could talk about Pokemon, and I have no idea what the freak he's talking about. But then, like, we could go laugh at other things as well, and it's just, it's been amazing.
Yeah,
man.
and I love that
amazing.
about the varying different opinions and backgrounds and all that sort of thing, and that's what makes us so different than like the mainstream.
I didn't want to say his name, but yeah,
it is. It's Peter Soretta. What up, Chris?
Hi,
go ahead,
Chris.
Melanie. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's what I like about it because like. And that's like what I was telling you when you texted me after all that. I was like, I don't ever want anyone to feel obligated to have my back on something because I know my views with my faith and all that kind of stuff. Not everybody is going to agree with that, even in our circle and all that. And I don't expect anybody to have to get out of their comfort zone and defend something that if they don't agree with it, you know. But I appreciate that. I know that I can share my views, and I know they're seen as very extreme in the current social climate. And my religious views are becoming more extreme. I don't even give a crap. It's like I've been reading the Bible every day. So it's like, yeah, as I keep doing that, people are going to look at me as more extreme. But that's what and people will tag me all the time and be like, "Oh, what about so-and-so that's in your circle? They're an atheist or this or that."
I know.
It's like,
you're like, okay.
I'm not their parent. Like, I can still be friends with people who think differently than me. They're not attacking me. I'm not going to attack them. And even going back to like Asmongold reacting to my video, disagreeing with it, and saying everything he did. I think people are entitled to disagree with me, and I'm totally okay with it. So a lot of people expected me to have a very angry response to Asmongold, but I don't, because I'm glad he showed it. Like, that's just my thought. Okay, he showed my opinion. Even if he disagreed with it, he still showed it and reacted to it. And he disagreed. That's fine. I think his take was retarded, but hey, he's entitled to believe what he wants, and I don't have any hard feelings against him at all. So that's the thing, is it's the people who, because someone like him, he's not using my name to clout farm. He's like infinitely more famous than me. The ones who are obnoxious and insufferable reprobates are the ones with like the green beard soy boys who have like very small channels, and they make it their whole thing just to attack other content creators to try to get views just off of hating them specifically. And that's not the case with Asmongold. So it's like, okay, he can disagree with me. That's fine.
I will say to counter you a little bit, and not that he's clout chasing off you per se, but I do believe that he used you to simp for Twitch, his primary revenue source. All right, that's what I believe he did, and because you could tell, like he already had in his mind like that everything you did, he was going to basically agree with reasons for Twitch. And that's why his whole audience was like, dude, you've justified people's, words and actions a ton of times. And now you're just putting words in her mouth and you're assuming what she believes and what she means. So I that to me is what he was doing right there. And again, that's fine. Like, just say it. Like, I don't have a problem with it's their fucking platform. Just don't sit there and act like you're not doing that. Like here on YouTube, okay? I mean, I'd certainly say things in real life that I can't say on YouTube. I'm gonna admit that. Why? It's YouTube's platform and it's a big revenue source for me, and that's fine. It's their fucking platform. But that's what he's doing. He's literally just using you to simp for his overlords of Twitch. That's what he was doing, in my opinion.
Right.
The best thing about what we got going on here is shit like this. Jeremy's a great guy. Too bad he's super gay. And then Carolyn says, at the end of the day, Dan Vasc is still gay. Dan catching a stray, like not even doing anything, and Dan Vasc getting hated on. And that's the best part of it right there.
What's even better is
somebody didn't ban him then.
What's even better is someone sent me $100 super chat to call Jeremy randomly and just say, Jeremy, you're gay, and hang up on him in the middle of my live stream. It's like there's no other community like this. No other community like this.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing.
Randy,
this one right here,
Winnie says, just now tuning in, but wanted to say thank you, Jeremy, for sharing my super chat clip from yesterday for Canon's sake. Y'all made me feel so welcome, and I'm proud to be part of this community. So thank you. That is awesome. Yes, Randy, you sent a super chat over there on For Canon's Sake when Dan Vasc was on with Eric. And I love Eric's new template that he's got going on with For Canon's Sake, because it's going to just continue to help him build his channel and build things out to grow Rippaverse and everything like that. But him like having different people on. But that particular super chat was is an example of everything we have going on here. Dan, who's this big rock singer, and he's got such a big following. He's going to hit 1 million subscribers soon. And him being part of the FNT, G&G world and all that, like he's brought in a new audience over there, and then vice versa. When he came on Friday Night Tights, our audience then became aware of Dan Vasc, and it's this big cycle, of introducing new people to the equation. And I love all of that. And so I thought that really was a good example of that, and that's why I clipped it out. So it was a really nice thing that you said, Randy, and it was a good show for those guys for sure. So shout out to them. And then we got Matthew for 50.
A 50
says, hail the 199. Hope you guys are doing well. Jeremy left you an email at D-Day Cobra. Don't know if you read it, but if you haven't, please do. Melanie, thank you for standing up for the Christian faith versus the world evil. God shall bless you for it. Love you all. Look at that.
Thank you.
That is
we
awesome.
love you
right
too.
there. That is awesome. And then Matthew, I see your follow up. So I got it. All right. I will Yeah, I do check all of my emails and everything like that. So I definitely will. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And then we got Nerdrotic in the chat. Says hail the 199. What's up, Gary?
Hail. Let's go.
I will say, so when I told Gary that I was gonna not do main event this week, he was like, "Don't fucking do it," and then everybody else was like, "Don't fucking do it." So I think that guy Gary. Listen, I'm not in the prediction business, but I think he's got a bright future ahead of him on YouTube. I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. I think so. He's got a little channel right now.
Yeah, he can do it.
I think he's going places. So, all right. So next up, Jay, where is our friend Gina Carano going to be tomorrow?
She will be on the Patrick Bet David podcast, the PVD podcast tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you don't know who that is exactly, right there she is. They've already got her lined up.
Yep.
And ready
in the
to
chat.
go.
And we want to see, so if you open it up, they've already got the link there. Like, I want to see 199's fellowship, all that tomorrow in the chat when she's there. Show some massive love for Gina. Let them know that you love Gina and we got her back. And I'm a huge fan of Patrick Bet David and Valuetainment. And so this is going to be a super awesome episode to see tomorrow. And you probably talked to her about it. She's pretty excited about this one, Jay.
She's kind of nervous, but she's going to do awesome. She's going to do awesome. And she is like, this is just the start. She's going to be on some other pretty cool podcasts as well. And I thought it was cool. Like she called in on Geeks and Gamers Daily a few days ago. And she's got some pretty awesome, like some things I can't talk about. She's got some pretty awesome announcements coming up that I hope everyone is excited for. Then after she does all these interviews, we're going to be in Richmond in March. So we're going to go see everybody in Richmond. There's tons of 199s going in the chat already. And somebody actually wrote Dan Vasquez gay.
Jeremy is gay 199.
Ric Flair wrote Jeremy is gay. Woo! In the chat. These people are going to be like, who the freak are all these? If you look at everyone commenting before, it's like, it's like Jordan Bowles, Nick Jagger, Blue. It's like regular names. Xavier Ramos. And then now it's like Ric Flair. Hail the Lord. I see you over there, buddy. Dark Intelligence. It's like that's awesome, man.
Oh,
it's pretty awesome.
So shout out.
But I will say this, like, she is just overwhelmed by the amount of support. Because everybody talked about she's suing Disney with the help of Elon Musk, and it's she's overwhelmed. Yep. And people are asking, did she get the speeding ticket? She did. She got the speeding ticket. She couldn't get out of that one. So we got pulled over.
Yeah, but just make sure you show some love over there for Gina. Show some support, because I'm sure there's going to be a few haters in the chat. It's always how it's going to be, and that's part of the internet. You can't do anything about it. All you can do is kind of balance it out with support. And Gina's awesome. So appreciate you guys. Shout out to the 199 for always being awesome. We got Disco Cobra. I'll let Beardo read that one because Beardo needs to drop the 50.
Yeah, let's go. Disco Cobra for a 50. I think Mel's response to Asmongold shows her character. Most would think she would go for the jugular. Camelot was talking about it, and someone tore into him on Twitter. Owned him pretty good. Also, we gatting the Helldiver stream soon?
So yeah, Melanie's response is perfect, and that's excellent stuff. Helldivers. Master Gamer Drunk 3PO has he's put on probably the greatest Helldivers 2 stream that we've ever seen. So I don't know if we can top that one, but yes,
man, that was awful, man.
So
then like these are the these are the comments I'm getting. So, but hey, I mean, at least they watched, right? Like, you're either the worst. I think I'd rather be the worst because then people will watch just to see how bad you are, or the best. Like somewhere in the middle, people are just kind of like, it's regular. So the fact that Carlos with I don't even know, the Supergirl emoji avatar, so literally the worst gamer ever, and he's laughing. So I gave him a little heart for that comment.
We
That's just
can't-
one of many.
Look at that.
We can't all be as good of gamers as Gary.
That is true. That is true. He is the greatest of
sets
all
the
time.
bar.
He
The
does.
fact is, and this is what's annoying about it, is Gary will, if Gary consistently starts streaming video games, I guarantee you 6 months to a year, he would probably be like getting Dr. Disrespect numbers.
Probably.
He probably would. Look,
Yeah.
he's in the chat right now. He probably would be getting Dr.
20,000 people watching him. I agree.
Like if Gary, seriously, I'm not bullshitting. Like, because obviously he's a terrible gamer, all right, and he's retarded. That's fine. We all know that. But if he was like on top of like the new releases and shit, like if he was playing like Helldivers 2 weekly, if he was playing games when they first come out, if Fortnite, when Fortnite brings back the OG Fortnite, if Gary plays it on his main channel, dude would be pulling over 10,000 people watching him. I mean, hell, on my DDAC Cobra 199 channel with 3,000 subscribers, I'm pulling 700-800 people on that channel. And Gary's like 10 times bigger than me. If he's on his main channel playing OG Fortnite and being retarded, 10,000 viewers minimum.
He needs to play the Arkham games.
He does.
He can get through the Arkham games.
He does. He does. It'd be fantastic. I'm telling you, Gary, I'm giving you your next phase of becoming the Mr. Beast of YouTube.
Take it to the
all
next
right?
fucking level.
There you go, Gary. There you go. But Gary playing COD, I don't know about that one, Hell of Lore. I don't know about that one. That would be rough to watch. You would have no idea what's going on. But real quick, just a quick note for this for everybody. So you know that we are currently rebuilding geeksandgamers.com. And
Holy crap,
Holy
Kevin.
smokes,
What?
Kevin.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
50 gifted.
A 50
member-
gifted subs.
Wow. Holy crap. And Gary says Melanie recognizes my skills.
Yes. Real
Kevin,
recognizes real.
That's right.
That's a
Thank you.
$250
That's
donation when you narrow it down.
Right
Wow.
there. Right there. Holy
Wow.
shit. That's insane. Kevin, you mad lad. So we are rebuilding geeksandgamers.com. And right here, obviously, the site is still there. It's not going to be affected. This is going to be like a 4 to 6 week process for us to rebuild it. And then I don't know how long it'll be down whenever we do make the switch over, but that's a process and that's going to take some time. But if you're interested, if you go down to the very bottom, you can hit this contribute tab right there. And if you're interested in volunteering to become a contributor to geeksgamers.com, we would like you to submit that. Now, again, I don't make the decisions. Alex is our editor-in-chief. He makes the decisions over there. We're looking for people to cover all things from the nerd sphere, not just television and movies and video games. Those are important, and I want those covered. We want those covered. Alex does. But one thing we want is we want to start covering our world as well. So like I talked about, like we had an article with Chrissy and what happened to her. I would like to see us writing articles with what happened to Melanie. And then just covering dumb shit like when Gary ratioed the hell out of that Mary Sue writer on Twitter, like blogging stuff like that, talking about the Friday Night Tights meetups, talking about Friday Night Tights having Vivek on. We want to cover all of that along with everything else. So we are going to put a ton of money, a ton of time, and a ton of resources into this website to take it to the next level. And so I look forward to seeing who all's interested in, becoming part of the crew over there. And again, Alex and our editing team, they're great over there. And I'm looking forward to seeing, Jessica. Yep. She said I applied to this. So good stuff. I'm excited about this. I'm excited. So good stuff. Okay. Now
I can definitely recommend people go and apply to contribute because that's where I started. I started out working with the writing team and working with Alex and the incredible team he's put together. So I fully recommend anyone who's even interested in learning about the process and having the basic experience, of course, to just try because it's a blast.
Yeah, me too. I actually wrote quite a controversial article on the Geeks and Gamers website. I did a review on the movie Prey.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
And that's how I got my start.
That was you?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That was definitely Beardo.
That was me.
I didn't even know that this happened. So
yeah, Jed had nothing to do with it. It was all
not
okay. It's just not.
Oh my God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
I love that clip.
So it might have not been me.
As soon as you brought that up, like I know where he's going with this. I literally knew exactly. I was like, "Good, take that from Chad's article." But yeah, there's
I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm lost.
I am very, very excited for the future of geeksandgamers.com. And again, that's testament to all of you out there. So thank you so much for supporting us the way you do and giving us the opportunities. And now it's time to level up that website. It's been long overdue. And there's also going to be a community element to it as well. So we already have the forums over there, but we want to make the forums more mobile friendly. And again, one of the things I've talked about is like with Geeks and Gamers, there's no like central place to where you know that that's the core of the Geeks and Gamers kind of internet discussion. So we have Discord. We have a huge Discord, very active Discord. We have a fan-run Facebook group. We have Twitter. We have all this stuff going on. We've tried our hand at locals. And so if we make the website, like that's where you find up all the updates from everything. That's what we're working to make it. And it's going to take money. It's going to take time. It's going to take resources, but I think we can do it. So let's freaking go. All right. Jed, you had a story about Denis Villeneuve that you wanted to talk about. Is that how you say his name?
Yes, Denis Villeneuve is how I've heard it at least pronounced in the marketing for the film. But yeah, speaking of writing, Denis Villeneuve, who co-wrote both Dune films and is directing the upcoming Dune Part 2, has some interesting thoughts when it comes to the state of the film industry, specifically the writing of the film industry. So I have this article I'm going to pull up from Variety, and he says, movies have been corrupted by television. Now, when you hear that little snippet, you might think, all right, I can see that maybe it's a pacing issue, like the MCU movies kind of feel like they're being drawn out, the pacing's all over the place. Maybe that's what he's going for. Instead, apparently his comments are, frankly, I hate dialogue. Dialogue is for theater and television. I don't remember movies because of a good line. So basically he's saying dialogue belongs in television, and the fact that there's so much dialogue in movies is corrupting movies. Now, this is just a wild perspective because as a writer myself, who I'm currently writing my next novel for those who don't know.
Let's go!
Hell yeah.
All right.
Shout out.
Beardo oversold the fuck out of that one.
No,
no, I know it's.
I've heard, and you know, I got a little insider information. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited for it, but I've got to write dialogue, and as a writer, dialogue is one of your tools. You can overuse it, absolutely, but you can also underuse it. And this makes sense to me coming from this director because he's very much a spectacle over substance director from Blade Runner especially. A lot of people loved how Blade Runner looked, but most people criticize the actual story of Blade Runner. And Dune obviously is not that bad, but Dune is way more a spectacle than it is a story. The first one is beautiful, absolutely stunning, but the story doesn't have the depth as some other projects because of this perspective, I believe. The one film that he's done that I think kind of makes this statement odd is the film Arrival. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that.
I've seen Arrival.
Yeah, but that film is entirely about the power of language and overcoming language barriers. And dialogue is fundamentally the use of language in a story. So I don't know why he's coming at it from this perspective. Pretty much everyone on this panel and in the chat, I'm sure, can remember classic lines from many movies and television shows that...
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Absolutely. Or, no, I'm your father. One of the most famous lines in cinema history.
Yeah.
But apparently, according to him, movies should be all visual and nothing else. I equated it in my video. It's like a contractor coming in and saying, you know what? I don't like ceilings. Ceilings are for apartments. Let's not do those. It's not necessarily the most important part, but it's needed.
This is a weird take, especially because he then just, if I'm not mistaken, the other day he complimented Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's nothing but dialogue.
Oh, dialogue.
See, that was one reason why I tuned out of Oppenheimer. I thought it was too much. Like, I know I don't have the popular opinion there because I know a lot of people here on this panel love it.
Yeah, I'm not canceling you for your religious beliefs. I'm about to cancel you for your anti. No, I'm kidding. Go.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of with what this guy is saying though, because with comic books and manga and stuff like that, if something has a lot of dialogue in it, I'm tuned out. Like, I love reading manga and stuff where it's just like, oh, okay, there's just very little dialogue in it. I'm mostly watching it happen. But of course, like Jed was saying, I mean, there's some iconic lines and things like that. But I personally do enjoy stuff with very little dialogue.
Well, here's the thing. Go ahead, Jed. Go ahead.
Is this guy working on Dune? Is that what we said?
Yeah, the director and writer.
He's the fucking director.
He is Dune. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, so I just rewatched Dune. That movie has the perfect blend of dialogue and action and visuals.
I agree.
It's very political.
I do
it's
agree.
very political. You
agree.
do have to listen to what every single fucking character is saying because it is important, but you also do have to pay attention to some of the visuals and the flashbacks and the dreams that Paul is having because they aren't always like it. The dreams he has, you're like reading in between the lines of what they mean, but you still have to listen to what they're fucking saying in it because everything matters. So it's weird that this motherfucker is saying this because Dune relies heavily on dialogue.
Yes. I do like I loved the Dune Part 1. I think it's fantastic. And I do think it is a spectacle. It is a spectacle.
Yeah.
But it also does have quite a bit of dialogue, and it is necessary to understand the inner parkings or the inner workings of this world and how the politics are intertwined with everything because it is very confusing. I don't understand his point of what he's saying. Like, I don't understand what's his overall point. Go ahead, Jed. I know you had something.
Oh, yeah. There's obviously going to be exceptions when it comes to the use of dialogue. Like he mentions in this quote that he wants to do an experimental film with zero dialogue, which could be interesting. And it's always a balancing act. You want a good balance between show versus tell, maybe defaulting towards the show side of things. And of course, has to be good writing. But my problem with this statement isn't that these are just his personal preferences. If he used his I statements here, I'd be totally fine. It's like he just prefers visually stunning films or more action-oriented stuff like you're referring to, Melanie. But he's saying that it's affecting the entire industry and corrupting it. And that's a strong statement there, saying basically dialogue has destroyed filmmaking, and that's never been the case. We all have personal preferences. I may love certain films like Star Wars and Star Trek and obviously stuff like that, but I might not, for example, love something like The Godfather because it's so dialogue heavy. That doesn't necessarily mean it shouldn't have its place in the filmmaking industry. It's fine to have preferences, but his statement is so clear cut. You have to make movies that are visually stunning, but less dialogue is the rule of thumb, and that's just a fundamental misunderstanding of storytelling, in my opinion.
I don't think that dialogue is ruining the industry. I think identity politics is ruining the industry.
Bad dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, the bad dialogue because it's written by people that have a agenda at mind. But I don't think that's ruining the industry at all.
Well,
I think bad CG and reliance upon CG and lazy fat SJWs that are writing the dialogue is ruining it. Go ahead, Melanie.
But I do think a lot of these SJWs do rely on a ton of dialogue, an excessive amount of dialogue. Even look at like the Twitter account called The Left Can't Meme. You notice every time these woke tards make memes, there's always it's too long, didn't read type scenario. And so this does absolutely fall in line with their methods.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jay, what do you think, buddy?
There was a film that came out over Christmas called Silent Night, and the movie did not have any dialogue in it. And it was an interesting take on, like, I guess, like a Punisher style film where, you know, his family was killed and he gets revenge, things like that. And there just wasn't any dialogue in it. I thought the movie was good, but a lot of people didn't like it because they felt that it was missing on certain things. So it's... I don't know, man. It's just personal preference. Everybody on this panel could like list our top like 5 films, and they might all be different. So that's just probably what he likes. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, who said? Imagine Dark without dialogue. Dark was crazy, man. But that was a TV show. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, imagine Oppenheimer without dialogue. Maybe Melanie would have liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I would. Well, my big issue with Oppenheimer is I just felt like it was too much soap opera. I was like, I don't give a crap about these trashy women he's in relationships with. I hated them. They were insufferable. It's like, I just want to see bomb and stuff.
Bomb and stuff.
Explosions.
Make a movie with bomb and stuff.
She just wants to see it. She wants to see a Michael Bay's Transformers movie.
Yes! I love it.
She might
Bomb and Stuff starring Melanie Mack.
You'll probably
Just
be
one
interested
word in the whole film. We all know what that is.
You'll probably be more interested in the sequel to Oppenheimer or Godzilla -1, Melanie. That might be more your speed.
I loved Godzilla -1.
That was a great film.
Yes, and that was to me the best film of the year, even more than Oppenheimer.
I would agree with that.
I thought it was phenomenal. It really was a fantastic movie. So yeah, I mean, this will be interesting. I mean, again, I'm very much looking forward to Dune Part 2, seeing it on Thursday, and I can't wait to see it in IMAX. I think it's going to be just an unbelievable theater experience, just like the first one was. And I like a lot of his movies. I haven't seen all of them. Okay, so I've seen Prisoners. Didn't he do Prisoners?
Ooh,
Prisoners is fantastic.
But then again, heavy dialogue.
True, because Prisoners is really freaking good.
Really
if you haven't
fucking
seen that
good.
one. I've seen Arrival. What else? I haven't seen his Blade Runner movie. I haven't seen that one. What else has he done?
Well, the big problem with the Blade Runner is it undid an ambiguous ending. Imagine a sequel to Inception that told you whether or not it was a dream at the end of the first Inception. It's fundamentally going to be starting in a bad position, just like Joker 2.
Sure.
Was it all in his head or not? Joker 2 is going to ruin that.
Yes.
Fundamentally starting on the back
Well,
foot.
and the fact that it's going to be a fucking musical and Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn.
I don't think that Joker 2 is going to be good. I think
And the
it's
higher
gonna be
budget.
He didn't need a Joker 2.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
need a
Did
Joker
not
2.
need a Joker 2.
No,
Yeah, didn't need it.
And the higher
Just-
budget, because they've got
I
the
don't like
budget
that.
through
Yeah.
the roof on this.
Mhm,
I think it's going to be a train wreck, personally.
I just wish they'd bring movies back like Dumb and Dumber or the Naked Gun series.
Naked
Like
Gun,
something
but-
like that. Can
but
we get
those
one of
movies
those every
could
now
not
and
be.
then?
They couldn't be made like Airplane. Like
No,
No, they
do you
can
know what I
be
was-
made.
I
That's
was
the problem.
watching-
They can be made. Did you see Saturday Night Live? They had a guy on there who used retarded,
right, Shane
you know, and all
Gillis.
that
Shane
stuff.
Gillis,
And
but
everybody clapped. So
Yes.
it can be made. They just
Yeah.
sad.
It's true.
Maybe
Like,
I'll make it.
One of these accounts I follow on Twitter uploaded a clip of the 40-year-old version where he like brings
Yeah.
his girl up and he's like, "Yo, my girl found your notes from the dating," and he's like, "Did you say she's hurting for a squirt?" And he goes, yeah, I did say she's hurting for a squirt." and then he's like, "Yo, why your bitch all up on me?" He goes, it's so good. It's so fucking
It's
offensive,
funny.
and I love it. We need
That's
more of
dialogue
that.
you remember.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tropic Thunder is a clear example of
Tropic Thunder,
make these
yeah.
movies, make it, you know, that was Tom Cruise's greatest performance ever. I wish
Absolutely.
they just did a film with what was his name? Les Grossman. Like that's
Les
like
Grossman.
that's all I
They're
want.
working on a
There you go.
spin-off.
Spaceballs,
last I heard.
literally any Mel Brooks movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh man, it's fantastic. Yeah, I really want to watch 40-Year-Old Virgin again. I've not watched that movie in a long time. That's got some of the best.
It's
that part
because
where-
he was a nerd and he had
I
all
know.
the toys.
but not even just him.
She
Like
made him
there's
sell all his toys.
dude, there's so many interactions. Like, you remember when Kevin Hart and the other black dude in the movie were talking? He goes, you know, he's like, I can't remember what word he used. He used a big word. He goes, "I don't understand that, so I'm gonna take that as disrespect."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "You want your N-word? Your N-word's here now." And then they start ready to
funny.
fight. And then like Steve Carell's character walks up and he's like standing there. He's like, "This your partner? This your partner? I'm gonna bust both of you up." He goes, "What did I do?" It's so good, man.
It's pretty
I have
good.
not seen that movie in so long, dude. It's so good though. But yeah, dialogue important. There is a balancing act. It's
absolutely.
true. I do understand there 100% valid criticism about Oppenheimer. That is way a little too dialogue heavy. I absolutely agree with that. That's why I know everybody just assumed it was gonna be my favorite movie of the year, and I did enjoy Oppenheimer. I thought it was fantastic actually, but Godzilla -1 was better, and Godzilla -1 was a damn near perfect movie.
Yep.
Damn near perfect movie, and on
Well,
a small budget on that and everything.
Very small. But all those are great examples of probably the most important thing, besides, of course, the political influence in Hollywood that they're forgetting these days, is the importance of a target audience. Nothing can be for everyone. And so a dialogue-heavy movie like Oppenheimer, Melanie Mac's not the target audience, and that's fine. A movie like, or a game like Tomb Raider will not be for everyone, and that's okay. Hollywood directors need to remember this. And Deli, or I keep calling him that, Deli instead of Denis, he needs to remember that. Maybe his target audience is spectacle over substance, which is totally fine. But knowing that there's a difference. Same thing with gaming. A very action-heavy game like Helldivers is great for a certain portion of the gamer sphere, but another sphere might prefer something that's way more story heavy, like the God of War series, that's also very engaging and difficult. So there's always going to be these different things that appeal to different people, and Hollywood has forgotten the art of picking the right target audience.
Nothing is for everybody, so fuck off with that nonsense. You're never going to make something that's going to make everybody happy, so make things that make the target demographic happy. And then, I mean, there's so many classic examples of that.
This is what, let me just show. This is from 1991. Like, this is the box office for 1991. You had Terminator, Robin Hood, Home Alone. Like, these are all different types of films. Naked Gun is on there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, great.
Backdraft, Hot Shots, Beauty and the Beast, Hook, What About Bob, Kindergarten Cop. I mean, there's Boys in the Hood. Like, Star Trek is in there. New Jack City. It's just like Hollywood used to like just give all different types of films because they understood that like people that might see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might not go see Hot Shots and vice versa. So and we've really like let like not even close to this anymore. Like Godfather Part 3 is on here for some reason. And
there's so many classic films on there that we still remember today.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. 100%. Okay, so quick update. So we were supposed to play Mario Golf last night. We didn't do it. That is happening at 8:30 tonight. So 8:30 p.m. we are playing the Mario Golf Championships. We are the 4 greatest Mario Golf players on the planet.
You're damn fucking right we are.
And it's going to be me, Beardo, Jay, and Johnny. And so that's going to be happening on our respective personal channels. So I'll raid my my D-Day Cobra channel after this, and then Beardo's going to be on his Kick. Jay's going to be on Kick and YouTube, and I don't know if Johnny will stream it or not. But this is the championship of all championships. We have toured the world, and we are the 4 greatest players on the planet. And tonight it gets settled. I might be overselling that a little bit, but that's okay.
I'm not very good. I don't know why you said that.
What's up, Willie Will in the house?
Shout out,
Willie Will. What did you call him? Dilly Willie?
Dilly Willie.
There's Willie Will. Shout out Willie Will. But yeah, so look at this. W freaking G.
With a $100.
G says, this super chat was ruined by words. Oh, that's really good. What's up, WG? Thank you for the unbelievable, not too dialogue heavy super chat. Appreciate that. So yes, and then after that I might do an emergency Cobra cast. I know I fucked everything up by trying to do a Cobra cast and then try to cancel main event, and then everybody got mad at me. Then we tried to do Mario Golf last night and it was too late. I had to do daily, so my social battery is running very low, so streaming is very difficult, and I'm sorry, but you know, Melanie Mac called me a gamer word and motivated me, so I'm ready to do it.
Jeremy's gonna go on CobraCast and be like, guys, did you guys see this Pokemon trailer? They announced a Switch 2. I'm the first one bringing it to you right now. Switch 2 confirmed.
Oh man. All right. Oh man, I'm gonna be careful with this one. Munchie Ninja.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, on CobraCast, I said Munchie. I said a different N word when I said it the first time. Did you see that one, Melanie?
No,
Yes.
but I love it.
Yes, I did. And then I was like, look, I that's the first time I've ever said the word, guys. I've never said that driving in a moment of road rage.
Never when we were playing pool. Ever.
Never said it. Never said it whenever, you know, I'm, you know, listening to rap music or never said anything. So anyway, Munchie Ninja says, hey, Jeremy, I know that you're watching the Avatar live series, but you should check out the original so you can see how much they are screwing up the characters. Well,
the Avatar cartoon
is incredible.
Is
It's great.
fucking awesome.
Everybody
It's so
tells
good.
me this. Everybody
It's
tells
so
me this.
good, dude.
The live action dog water.
Like, okay, but I watched the first episode and a half for Friday Night Tights last week just to kind of, because I knew we were going to talk about it. And I did like the second one, at least the first episode, to me, the acting was horrible. It was really bad, really fucking bad. And I was just thinking, like, am I missing something here? Like, is this supposed to be crit? Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about the lore. I know everyone loves the animated series, though. But my question would be for those that have watched the entire Netflix one and the M. Night Shyamalan one, which one's worse out of those two?
Ooh.
That's the question. So
I haven't watched either. I just watched the show.
I can firmly say I'd rather watch the movie, the M. Night movie. No
Really?
question.
The movie was
because it
better
ends
too?
after 2 hours. I'm sorry.
That's pretty funny. No, man, everybody says how great the animated Avatar series is. I mean,
good.
everybody.
It's a classic.
And then there was the Legend of Korra that was
No,
was that
there wasn't.
tied into it.
Nope, there wasn't.
Okay,
That
okay.
doesn't exist.
It's
I have no idea
not
what you're
that
talking
great.
about.
You
Okay.
can find some enjoyment in certain episodes, but it does not hold a candle to the
It's
Avatar
ruined
cartoon.
in like the first scene. The Avatar original cartoon was 3 seasons spent on him mastering the 4 elements. That's 3 seasons for that. And then in the intro of the new series, she's like a toddler, like 3-4 years old, and she's doing all 4 elements right off the bat. Like
Yeah, it's a
he
little
had to
gay.
struggle
It's a
for
little gay.
years.
But you guys will like this. Mark Hamill voices the final boss, the Fire Lord.
Yep,
Mark
in
Hamill
the
voices
original animated series.
in the original cartoon.
I don't know how much they're gonna like it these days.
I don't care about that.
Yeah,
He
if anything,
does
that
What?
makes-
You guys don't like that, huh?
if anything, it makes me not want to watch.
Yeah.
He does a good job. He does a good
He
job.
does.
Teddy Long is in the chat.
I
Jeremy.
know. 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. It's so good, man. Dude, I can't listen. I better
That's so
see.
great.
I better see when we relaunch geeksandgamers.com. I better see all of these meme accounts created on the website and like these wrestling accounts. Like we better see all that shit. Hayden Wayne for 50 says
50.
Sorry, I missed Tuesday night's main event. Half of the Texas Panhandle is on fire. A 70-mile long wall of fire just got hit with a cold front from the north and is blowing south, decimating everything in its path. If you're a praying person, it's needed. Wow.
Are you serious?
Hayden.
Holy crap.
Insane.
Jeez. Wasn't even aware of this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So this just happened? Someone look that up and see what's going on with that. That is wild. Thanks, Hayden, for the update. And of course, nothing but prayers for everybody out there. Wow. Yeah, somebody look that up. Find out what's going on there. Wow. That's awful to hear. Well, be safe out there, brother. And then Teddy Long.
I took on the Undertaker one time.
Wrestling fans have. If you're not a wrestling fan, you don't appreciate the greatness of that right there.
Teddy Long
I
is
do.
awesome.
I love it.
You don't know shit. Shut up.
What are you talking about?
What we need on the website is these accounts to be collaborators and do meme articles, parody articles as their principal. Like a Scott Snyder
Long.
article written about Star Wars. That would be wonderful.
I want Steiner Math to break down the box office every week.
Is Randy Savage? Oh my God.
Good Lord. We have the best and most retarded community in the world, and I love it. Matthew Rive says, Jed, where can I find any books that you have written and are writing? There you go.
Okay, so as of right now, my first 2 novels that are in a series together, the series is called Odyssey of a Phoenix. Both of those are available on all online platforms, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, all the ones like that. You can just search for Jed Morgan on Amazon Books. You can usually find it pretty easily. The first one is called Down in Flames. The new book that I'm writing is actually a sci-fi one versus a fantasy one that the first 2 were. And I'm in the process of getting a new agent and publisher, so there might be some delays with it. We don't know when those deals are going to conclude, so what platforms that'll be on, the new book. But the first 2 are up and on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, everything like that.
Nice.
Shout out.
There we go. You can drop links if you want, man. You can drop links.
Awesome, man. That's freaking awesome.
This is probably one of my favorite comments of the night. Even Randy's here. Wrestlers don't die; they just enter G&G chat
with their theme music.
Yeah, exactly. God, man, it's so crazy. All right, let's run through some of these super chats, Beardo.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Hayden. We got Mucinex Ninja. Rem Dog for $20. I fully understand what he's saying. Fucking son of a bitch. Villeneuve is echoing Kurosawa. Don't tell show. First half of Wall-E is amazing for comics. G.I. Joe Silent Interlude is one of the best comics ever made. Ponder, please.
That is true. So G.I. Joe Silent Interlude, which I own. Fuck Dan Vask, by the way, because he's a piece of shit, because I had that on bragging rights and he defeated me with a whalebone, which I will never forgive anyone for that. But yeah, it's a silent issue and it's fantastic. And it's done through visual storytelling, essentially. And again, so you have so many things like that. Like, for instance, Snake Eyes is a character that doesn't talk. Unless it's the retarded Snake Eyes movie that just came out a few years ago, which we don't acknowledge that piece of shit. But like, if you go back, and I do not love the live action G.I. Joe movies, but there is a moment, and Ray Park played Snake Eyes, and I've always said Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are perfect in the live action G.I. Joe movies. The rest is awful. Everything else around is terrible, but Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow is pretty damn awesome. Snake Eyes, there's a moment in the first G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra where Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are fighting. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow have all of this history, and they have a fight, and Snake Eyes defeats Storm Shadow, knocks him off the pedestal there, and you see Snake Eyes kind of drop down to his knees and like take this huff of like sadness, but he doesn't say anything. It's all in his mannerisms with the mask and everything. And you feel that. Nothing had to be said because it was done in such a good way. That's one of the few things you're going to find good in that movie. I just want to point out, I'm not complimenting that movie, but yeah, I mean, visual storytelling is important. It really is. So I hear you on that.
Elite Neo for $20. Ever since the original Diablo 1 got re-released in the BattleNet store, I've been trying to convince Gary to go back to his gamer roots and stream it. Make it happen, Gary. Show everyone your true Diablo gamer skills. Spelled Gaymer.
Look at this guy. Again, ban him. Somebody. I don't care if he has a wrench. Ban him. And Jed is dropping links to his Amazon profile, so you guys go check that out.
There you go. Project Egg Roll. Do you guys know that they have a podcast and they're Asian?
They are. Jay, did you know this?
They're Chinese. Come on, man.
So China is in in Asia.
Yeah. Well, and they're talking about the important things like tits.
Not allowed to say that anymore.
And tits, yes, and tits. Not good writing, but titties. For a $20.
What?
You didn't see their clip on Twitter?
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
They're reacting to a drinker video, and it's like, but what do we want from modern films? And Egg Roll's like, tits! He goes, oh, no, he's good writing. I mean, good writing. Egg Roll for $20. Do you have openings for rice farmers? You can apply. Ryan Kinnell for $10. Gary should play Dark Souls.
I mean, that would be painful.
He can do it because my dad did it. My dad made it to the final boss, and my dad, when he tried playing Killzone, he couldn't walk and shoot at the same time. But he still managed to make it to the last boss on Dark Souls. But then he quit. It's like, you went that far, and it took months for you to do this, and then you quit?
That's funny.
Ministry of Wrong Think for $20. Maybe it's just a cope, but I think Asmund is defending Hassan and going after Mac because he's gotten heat from his big lefty streamer friends because his chat has been actively trying to red pill him for the past few years.
I mean, I get it because the whole streamer community will come after you for wrongthink. And whenever I first spoke out against like the jab mandates and all that stuff, I knew it was going to happen, and it hurt because these people I thought were my friends, but they weren't your friends. Yeah, even when I was expecting it, it still hurt. So, it's a tough situation to be in.
And there's Gary says, love being compared to dad. Good old Greg.
Stephen Wasick for $20. A YouTuber named Offline Rated called Melanie an old spinster grifter who was not a real Tomb Raider fan. He had 1 video and 5 subscribers. Coping or clout chasing, ? Or both. A lot of anti-Semitic bots with no subs running wild, too.
A little bit of both.
He figured me out. I don't know anything about Tomb Raider, and I'm a fake Tomb Raider fan.
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Matthew Rives for $5 says, the email includes new party games for you to look into.
Okay. I will check that out.
There's Matthew Rives with the 50, Disco Cobra with the 50 earlier, Randy Jane, we got her 20, you love to see it. War Machine with 5 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships, thank you very much. Ryan's Egyptian Ancestor for a $20. Still no Ryan? I'm afraid I have no choice but to perform the curse by Preparation Ancient Stool Softeners Beardo. Oh wait, he told me he's on self-deletion watch over his Larson woman being dropped like a hot bag of wekadao. Okay, thank you for the
A lot of
20.
spelling in there.
Hey, a lot of spelling in there. Hey, so they're re-releasing Oppenheimer for Melanie Mac. Here it is.
Bombs and stuff.
I can't wait. Day one, watch IMAX.
I love it.
Bob and stuff right there. So re-release is happening. I think this may push it to it needs about $30 or $40 million to hit 1 billion worldwide. So there we go. So it looks like they're gonna do it. So Bomb and stuff, a Christopher Nolan film.
Great.
Let's see. Hail the Lore for 10 months. Thank you very much. Crash Mondo for 8 months. Thank you for the recommitment, guys. David Nelson for a $5. Question for the crew, please. Pick a class warrior. Rogue, clerk, bard, or a mage. Also, what type of subclass would you be? I.e. flame, warrior, or ninja? I'd just be a fucking badass warrior with a sword. Or an axe. Give me an axe.
I used to be rogue all the way, but now I like to tank. So, like, if I can pick paladin, I like that. You know, I can still be strong, but I like to have a bunch of health so I can tank for people.
Yeah. Well, I'm all about the ninjas. So shout out to my ninjas out there. So I'm always.
There you go. There you go. Just
Jay,
give me
what
an
about
axe,
you?
I'll be okay.
Rogue.
Warrior.
Like Ultimate Warrior? The Ultimate Warrior.
Pretty much. This is my knuckles. I don't need a sword.
Is Epic Mike in the chat? Who the fuck
He
invited
is.
him?
He's here. He's here. He's in the chat, but where the fuck is he on the panel? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Since we are on a time limit, chat the 199, so I will recognize the super chats, but I might not read all of them. Beardo Secret Illiterate Racism for $2. Thank you for the donation. And then again with the $5 from Beardo Secret Illiterate Racism.
You're not gonna read it?
I thought we were on a time limit. You want me to
We
read
are.
them?
We got 30 minutes, motherfucker.
Okay, I'll read them. Fuck it.
Honky tonk man, I love you.
Beardo Secret Illiterate Racism for $2. Hey, listen, I was told beforehand, but whatever. I'll go for it. Melanie, what do you mean by touching grass?
Oh, yeah, I do that every once in a while.
that whole touch grass thing is so funny. Like, I mean, people use it like to the point of like, no, there's so many people that use it that don't understand. I know there's people that legitimately use it too, but it's got to the point where like the people like that hate us, they say it so much, and it's like, do you pay attention to anything we do?
It's lame.
It is.
Beardo Secret Illiterate Racism for a $5 to follow up. Ginger Jesus looks like that guy celebrates. Wait, Ginger Jesus looks like that guy celebrities have to go to sell their souls for fame and fortune. He's the guy who explains the rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I served Moloch.
Whoa. So Crush.
How is this an insult? Jeremy's gayer than me.
I think what he means is that he's so gay, but you're gayer.
He kind of, he's insulting himself.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And also, okay.
So Crash Mondo for 8 months said, I started the Recess saga. I started the Risa. I started the Risa saga. Steph, I almost didn't pause to come here. Laugh my ass off.
Oh, the Risa Tisa saga. Yeah. I did a 3-hour stream going on that.
Hail the Lord.
It's an interesting story.
There you go. Shout out to the Risa Tisa. Hail the Lord for 10 months. Jeremy is gay. Beardo pre-ordered Starfields, but Steph is great. Jay is a legend. Red Jesus is cool, and Melanie is my favorite figgot. Hashtag Trump 2024.
Thank you.
I did not pre-order Starfield. Dante Rage for a $5. There is a fan-made Pokemon MMO that lets you travel through the regions. You just need the DS and the Game Boy ROMs on PC and Android. What's it called? Drop it in the chat, Dante Rage. I'd like to see it. Lord Botha for a $1.99. Here's $2 to help make Jay feel better.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. Jay, you feeling good, buddy?
I always feel good.
He's always feeling good.
Didn't get a lot of
Yogi.
super chats last night on Mario Kart.
I know. And this morning on Daily.
I said you
I'm
didn't.
just saying.
So you didn't.
No, but that's bullcrap. You know it. 3 streams.
Jay's Mario Kart
records.
stream broke records last night. So
In Daily, we had a $400 super chat.
It was about me.
It had my name in it.
Yeah, but it was about me.
All I'm saying is I noticed a lot of the super chats have mine or Jay's name in it. That's all I'm saying.
Were you gonna say my nerdy home? Like it sounded like you said mine or
No, I got name and Jay. They're so similar.
Yeah, and Melanie has red hair.
Pink.
But yeah,
Pink now, Jay.
Sorry, the green.
A lot of the super chats have mine and Jay's name in them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
I got race swap for a
It's time to take it back. We're taking it back, baby.
Listen,
Oh man, Jed, you got roasted by Beardo last night. He basically called you Ben.
No, that's not at all what I said. That is not at all what I said.
I defended you.
We were all we were all roasting Ben, and Ben was trying
course,
to,
as you do.
clap back a little bit, and I said, Ben, the only reason that you're here is because Jed couldn't show up.
Yeah, that's a compliment for me, Jay.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I don't think he said it like that.
That's 100%
It's
how
on
he
the
said it.
same level as Mike saying, Jeremy's gayer than him. Like, it's a little bit of an insult, but at least I'm better than Ben, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
As long as I'm better
Yeah.
than Ben.
Come on, Ben. A little bit of a reality check here, Ben. Bobo Yogi.
What does it say that Jed's replacement has been? That's kind of disrespectful to Jed, kinda.
I mean,
Like,
I was gonna say it could be worse, but I guess it couldn't be because it's Ben.
Yeah, so
It's bottom of the barrel right there. You're scraping for scraps.
Yeah.
I'm above Ben. I'm taking it.
I mean, what the fuck? Bobo Yogi for 3 months. Jeremy, when you play Helldivers 2, don't let Jay get behind you. At least Alec Baldwin will shoot you in the face.
Yeah, dude, I heard he murdered all of his teammates on Helldivers.
I was just pushing buttons and it happened.
Red Bandana Gaming for a $2. I think Beardo was right. He made fuck. I've ruined the super chat already. I think Beardo was right. He made many valid points about Pokemon. And probably the Switch too. So thank you for the $2. Cole Hauser for a $5. G.I. Joe, baby. A real American hero. The game is going to be hype. 199 Yo Joe, praise Ara. Thanks, Cole.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the G.I. Joe game. It's gonna be great. I'm looking for this one moment in Helldivers from Jay. It was so damn funny. If I could find it.
What?
There's this really funny moment.
Chris Cran for $2 showed up to hear Melanie say the FGT word.
You're gonna have to check X for that.
Sir Neo Strife for 33 months. Gina is on Patrick Bet David podcast tomorrow. Hype. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rodney King Shark. Oh, my goodness. Woo. For $5. Yo, Jeremy, call off your girl, Mac. My cousin ain't gay. He just going through a phase. You dig? Thank you, Rodney King Shark, for the $5. Matthew Hammond for a $5. I appreciate Beardo's excitement. Unfortunately, Game Freak and not first-party Nintendo Studios are responsible for making Pokemon games. If you don't think that Nintendo wants a Pokemon game on launch for Switch 2, that's delusion. CJ for a $10. Hail, Geeks and Gamers. Melanie said nothing wrong. Also, may I have the pass to say the word as well?
Oh,
You're Asian. Of course you could say it.
I think he's asking about another word.
Oh, never mind,
Yeah.
CJ.
He wants a pass, Melanie.
Okay, I mean, you're American. You have a pass to say whatever you want.
There you go.
I mean, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you're American.
Haran for 6 months. Fine looking panel. Melanie looks like a jolly rancher. Also, hi, Jed.
Thank you.
Howdy. Movie times today for a $5. I love Asmongold. My number one YouTube watching is Nerdrotic. Second is Asmongold, and third is Geeks and Gamers. But he was not fair on Melanie.
Nope, he wasn't, and his audience let him know.
John Kennedy for 6 months. We have a former president in the chat for 6 months. Holy shit! Hail to the unjabbed, 6'3", 215 pounds.
All right.
Effin' Dave for 2 months. There's a whole bunch of people that need to get shoved all the way back into the closet. This ish is gross and wrong. Period. Thank you. CJ for a 9 months. Hassan and Asmongold drink Bud Light and play Starfield. Confirmed. Confirmed. Anthony Garino. I assume people that play Starfield probably drink Bud Light.
Yeah.
Anthony Garino for a 199. I was banned by Twitter for being anti-Hollywood. Fernando for an 11 months. Hail Geeks and Gamers. Hail the 199. And Jeremy is a fig.
Jay, I'm looking for this point where you were like, man, this game's easy, man. And then like, what point of that was the stream? I was looking for it. That's why I was distracted. Where was that at? Where's that timestamp?
What?
What? When he was playing
what did Jay just say?
I don't know. Is that what
I think it was tutorial.
I don't know what he said.
It's like, man, this game's easy, man.
I won my first game match by myself. That's why I said it was ezy.
Dumb
and then
somebody have a does somebody have a timestamp from that moment?
That?
And then he gets killed. Hang on. I knocked my headphones out. Then he gets killed as soon as he says that. Like he just gets annihilated. It's so funny. It's the most Jay thing ever.
Dumb blonde with big tits for $5. Mally should replace Jay. She's less retarded and better to look at. Hail the 199.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Jay, I'm just reading. I'm just reading. Okay. Fuck the GAY rooster and Jeremy is a fig.
I mean, about Melanie or Jed?
That's a good question.
A very good question.
That's a very good question.
Wait, if you're comparing me and Mally, of course she's better looking than me. I'm a guy. I'm more rustic and I'm husky. All right. Some people don't like husky
and old.
So
less retarded and better to look at. Like, how do you recover from that?
You don't. You just sit here and hopefully people forget.
Anthony Garino for a 199. I'm just straight up anti-dipshit in general. We all
Fair.
are. Dumb blonde with big tits for a $2 says more Mally. We got it. We got it from your last one. War Machine gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Dumb blonde with big tits again for a $5. Isabella Merced? Isabella Merced blames men for Madam Web flopping. Y'all saw she's the one with the wet back. She's just a hard worker.
He missed that one.
She's just a hard worker.
Woo!
You know, I had to explain what wetback means to a friend the other day.
And he said it again.
Wow.
YouTube.
Hey, I'm from Southern California, okay? If you don't think that I pulled up to a Home Depot and you know,
YouTube, he was talking about something else.
No, I wasn't.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
Let's just get the channel taken down.
I wasn't.
Thanks a lot.
I was not
Why?
I meant what the fuck I said.
Keep reading.
Uh,
If you don't think I pulled up to a Home Depot when I needed some help moving shit, I've done it.
Okay, can we just power through?
Their names are Paco and Taco.
Can we just power through?
Anyway, Beardo's Secret Literate Racism for $2. Their names were literally Paco and Taco. Jay, does Gina know about Jay's little tiny?
What?
I don't know. Mountain Mutt for a $5. It's true. Jeremy loves different opinions. If you tell him Titanfall 2 sucks, he will thank you for sharing.
I'll ban you from my fucking chat right now.
Orange Gonton for a $1.99. Early Tuesday night's main event. Sweet. Gig'em. P.S. Hail chat.
May have to start, and this, it might have to, oh, there's the Gig'em. We haven't had that one in a while. It might start being a little bit earlier and keeping it around 2 hours. Ripa's got a lot going on. A lot of moving parts, as Jay likes to point out.
I'm just laughing at Mike's chat. It says, Beardo weighs to skip over the slurs, but he triples down on racism. No, being serious, man. Their names are Paco and Taco. What can I say? That's their names. Matthew Rise.
Hail the lore. Titanfall 2 is the GOAT. Damn right.
Matthew Rise for $2. Jeremy, email from Mr. Dino Socks is not my real name.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, we got those. Robert Crawford for a $5. Jay is the best of us. He's up there.
Oh, thank you.
He's
trying.
Gianne for a 9 months, or maybe it's Jeannie. Probably Gianne for a 9 months. It's more fun watching gamers who don't know what they're doing.
It is true.
That's why Jay does so well.
It's probably
that is true.
Had almost 350 people watching Helldivers. That was shocking.
Nice. Matthew Hammond for a $5. Did you see that Camelot will be driving in a race in Phoenix on Friday on FS1?
Yes.
At March 8th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, driving for Wayne Peterson Racing.
Yeah, I saw that. He's driving with the ARCA series. So I used to follow NASCAR pretty hardcore. I've checked out of a lot, but it's really awesome that he's doing well. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Camelot.
And over on Streamlabs, Xanaximus with a $100 super chat
my goodness.
on Streamlabs. And do you know what he said? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing at all. No dialogue.
No
dialogue at all.
Thank you. No dialogue.
Beardo's secret illiterate racism for $2. Beardo writing articles equals Krista plane driving skills. Likely. William Fredrickson became a member. Thank you. Bird up for $5. I don't think the Dune guy is entirely wrong. There is definitely a tell, not show problem with a lot of modern movies.
They definitely overdo it with the exposition, especially these days.
Aussie Mandays for a $2. Here's 8 quarters. Love y'all. Thank you. Remdog for a 20. I fully understand what he's saying. Oh, I read this one. Soul Fiend for a $5. Exposition is the problem, not dialogue.
Thank you, Hokies. We now have the timestamp right here for Helldivers. Drunk 3PO. Here we go. Right here.
Oh my God. No one can hear it. Isn't that great?
Can't hear it?
No,
Really?
we can't. He just wasn't making any noise.
It's just not loud.
Oh.
This game is nothing, man. I already won. I did it by myself. What the? What was that all about? God dang it.
That's so good.
This game is nothing, man. I did it by myself.
I don't know how Jay does this shit, dude. It's so good.
How is it good? I died. I was trying to win. I won the game. This game is nothing, man. I look stupid. I already won. I did it by myself. I'm not gaming ever again. What the? I got my gun all jacked up. Like
I know it. I probably shouldn't have turned it all the way up to.
Oh well.
Go to 720.
What was that all about? God dang it!
Man, this game's easy, man.
I did it by myself.
I did. Still.
All by myself.
Did till I didn't.
Lord Botha for a $5. The majority of 40-year-old virgins dialogue was ad-libbed. Another thing Hollywood doesn't like anymore and restricts heavily.
That's true.
Mike says wiped out by the two easiest in the meantime.
Well, when you get 300 people watching your streams, then you can talk.
Okay, Esmond.
Damn.
He offended me with that. You only get 400 people watching you. I was like, I took that personally.
Dude, I'm sorry, but that just showed how out of touch, and I've talked about this many times. That just shows how out of touch with reality he's become.
Oh, yeah.
When you have 400 people watching you as a streamer, that is fucking phenomenal. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like, I was saying this the other day. Like, if I go live on Kick right now, I might get like 100, 200 people watching me. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if I'm lucky. You know what I mean?
If it was only Kick.
If it's only Kick.
If you did only Kick, no YouTube or anything, only Kick, yeah.
I get like 100 or 200 people. Now, if I start working on that, I could build that up. But the point being is that 200 people is a lot of fucking people watching you. Like, I would be, I'm out of my mind if I get 200 people, especially on a new platform. But if you're on Twitch or Kick or YouTube or Rumble or wherever, and you're consistently pulling 400 viewers, you are a successful streamer. Easily. That's a huge number. And don't let anybody try to tell you differently. That's a massive number. It's unbelievable that guys like him seem to think that's not a big number. That's a huge number.
Yeah.
David Nelson for a $1.99. Here's $2. Here's a $2 super chat to let you know you missed my $5 super chat. I think I had to have read it. I'm going through all of them right now.
Mike is my dude.
David Nelson. I had to have read it, David.
It was. I think it was the very first super chat that was sent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we read that one. Yeah, we got that one. We got that one.
Thank you, David Nelson. Crit Nature for a $5. Did you guys check out Netflix House of Ninja yet? I haven't.
I have not. Man. So Jay just has people wanting to delete their Kick now because he's basically trashing them.
I was just kidding. He started it.
And you got Steph. You hurt Steph's feelings. She's not successful.
Wait a minute.
Dang,
I'm just saying. You entered the
arena.
Wow. He entered the arena.
Damn, Jay.
I can't believe it,
bro. I get busted on this hole for 2 hours. I can't say one thing back.
Jay.
I wasn't pointing at Steph. She's awesome. I watched her TikTok, her tickety talk stream today. It was pretty good.
Her what?
Anything out on TikTok?
Her TikToks.
Her reels.
What?
Insta
That's what you
reels.
said,
No, your TikTok YouTube.
Oh, my TikTok
What?
talk. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
Randy Savage for a
I watched.
$1.99 says, "Oh yeah." Thank you, Randy Savage. Alan Fox for $5. Mick Foley plays Dwayne Johnson's son. Nako FF call ED the Boulder. Call Ed the Boulder.
Yeah.
Whatever. Mama's Mouse for a $10. I'm in Oklahoma City and the sky haze a brown haze from the fire. SBZ for 9 months. Hail the 199. Trump 2024. Fear the Tardo 2028. Hey, shout out. Hashtag Make America Lock It In again. Yay. Bearded Calm for an 11 months. Hey, Steph.
Hang on, Steph. So I know you're busy, okay? But I just want to show you something, okay?
Okay.
Damn! Luis Cuevas for a $10. Hayden is right on the money. I live in the Texas Panhandle and have to evacuate towards Amarillo, Texas. It's called the Smokehouse Creek Fire, and it's 20 miles away from my town.
That's crazy.
That's
man.
devastating, man.
I looked it up. There's like 4 wildfires.
She's trying not to laugh after that video.
There's 4 wildfires. Yeah, they're being evacuated.
It's
not funny.
No, so there is being evacuation. That's a very serious issue. So maybe we can look it up a little bit later if I do an emergency Cobra cast. And we can talk about that. So man, nothing but love for Texas right now for sure. And thank you, Hayden, for letting us know.
Glenn for $10. The 2000s was the golden era of comedies, hands down. Old School, Superbad, Tropic Thunder, Pineapple Express, Anchorman, Beer Fest, 40-Year-Old Virgin. Could literally name like 20 more films.
Yeah.
Yep.
Greatness.
Good
Greatness.
time. Lord of the Ree for a $10. Will the site be moderated by reasonable people who actually watch Geeks and Gamers, or will it be like the Discord and moderated by power-tripping rainbow... I'm not reading the rest of that.
Lord of the Ree, I know you've been complaining. I saw what you were banned for in the Discord, literally like trying to like use the N-word in a different variation. Like Discord will ban us if we don't, if we allow that shit. Like, you know, like we're not trying to have our Discord banned. So yeah, like I don't care what people fucking say, but like there's always bigger like entities that we have to keep our eye out for, like, and there's no point in trying to like skirt around rules to put us in bad spots. Like we just can't allow that shit on other people's platforms. In terms of the website, I mean, obviously we're working towards getting an app, and that's going to be an app that's in the Android and Apple. So there's like, the problem is when we did the website last time, we basically, and again, when you give like full range for people, the trolls, man, like, so we had this whole thing where anybody on the website could write their own, they had a profile and they could write their own little blog and everything like that. So you know what would happen? We had people that hated us, and we proved this, by the way, but people that hated us went in there and wrote a pro-Nazi article and talking about how Geeks and Gamers helped inspire that, and then screenshot it before we could delete it. And then they started passing around on Twitter, showing that, look what Geeks and Gamers is all about. This is the community that they've created. Now, it's just insane. You know what I mean? But that's that. We're always dealing with shit like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to police what people say. I never have. And in a perfect world, you know, we would all be dropping the N word and the F slur, but it's not a perfect world. So
shout out Mally,
they've been asking about you the entire stream. So Mally Mouse in the house.
Want me fired and replaced by you?
Yeah. Specifically, Mally. Someone sent a super chat and said, "Can Mally replace Drunk 3PO? She's less retarded and easier to look at."
Yeah.
Somebody said that was Ryan that wrote the article on Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah. Here's another one. Thanks.
Magnum Norse for a $5. I already forgot how to pronounce this guy's name, the Dune guy. Dennis Villeneuve's, whatever. Best movie is Sicario. Top 10 film for me. It's a perfect film. Thank you, Magnum Norse.
I've never seen Sicario. I need to watch it.
I've heard great things.
Charles D. Vane for a 4-month recommitment. Thank you. Jaded Vet for 7 months. Is there a place on the new Geeks and Gamers website for MCU fan to cover Shakespearean love sonnets?
Yes, you can go. Well, you can go there right now. The forums are open. So, you know, he can make a whole thread about how much he loves Krista over there. That's totally fine with us.
Hulk Hogan for a 199 says, my knee. Yeah. Gross. Shadow Saiyan for a $5. I better see a good amount of the 199 when Battlefront collection comes out. And I hate to do this. Beardo, what rating do you give Battlefront 2? The first one? The OG?
OG's
the OG PlayStation 2 Battlefront 2? Man, that's a fucking good one.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good one, man. Everything's so
Melanie,
good.
Melanie, are you playing Battlefront, the re-releases?
Did
you ever play them?
I never did, but everyone kept telling me I need to,
dude.
so we'll see.
And it's got 64 player online. Like it's gonna be huge. I think there's gonna now. I don't know how long it's gonna sustain, but I'll tell you that first month or two, Battlefront is gonna be fucking huge. It's gonna be crazy. So I don't know if it's got crossplay. Have we heard if it's got crossplay yet?
I think it does.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it does.
Chat, can anybody confirm if they've said for sure it's going to have crossplay?
Almost positive it is.
I would pay Battlefront with you guys for that one.
What rating would I give it?
More than likely Rebel Scum. I'm probably going to do an emergency Cobra cast after Mario Golf.
I haven't played it in such a long time, but from nostalgia and memory, I'd probably give it like a 9.1. Honky Tonk Man for a 199.
What's the difference in a 9.1 and a 9.2 or a 9.0?
The amount of poop that's in it.
Okay. Just curious.
Let's see. Honky Tonk Man for a 199. Jay, I will end you, shake you, and roll you, ladies. Okay. Thank you. Chris Mills for $2. Can I simp for Melanie Mack? Go for it. Alan Fox. Alan Fox for $5. Forgive my last super chat. For some reason, my phone is putting random spaces as I type. No problem, Alan. Let's see. Dante Rage for $2. The MMO is called Pokey MMO. I'll check it out. Goated.
Hang on. Lord of the Re. He said, I did that once and stopped when I was asked to, but got banned anyway. Send me info. Again, if you're willing to work with us, I'm fine with it. I just, we do have, the reason we have moderators there is to keep us from like getting in trouble. We are a company. We have a lot of this. So there's a lot of bullshit that we have to do that I would not prefer to do. But yeah, absolutely. Lord of the Rings, you've been following a while anyway. So send me what I need to look at. I have no problem getting involved, and I'll let you know.
The Goated King became a member. Thank you. Cajun Corey for $2 says go 199. Project Egg Roll for a $5. Chinex Pass has been sent out to everyone on the panel. It's Chinex, right? Or is it Chinex?
Moving on.
It's one of the two. I think is it?
We have 30 seconds to finish the super chats.
I've been trying to power through. It's Chinex,
go!
I think.
Then shut the fuck up and
Hulk
go.
Hogan for a 199. I love Black History Month. Thank you. Lean back, have. I think it's Chinex. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap for 7 months. How about a Street Fighter double elimination tournament amongst the Geeks and Gamers crew? That could be a fun stream, but I think Melanie would just dominate. Thoughts?
I don't know about that. Street Fighter is not my specialty. Smash Bros, I like that better.
Come here gaming for a 199. Can I be your Mac Daddy? This is a good one. This is a real good one. Paco and Taco for $5 says Beardo, you owe us money.
Jesus Christ. We're already over for over 2 hours.
Darian Murphy for $9.99. In the beginning of Ryan's Dune 2 review, he had the camera in one hand, the Dune popcorn bucket in the second hand, and then all of a sudden the second hand was free. How was he holding the Dune bucket? I don't know. It's a mystery. Zach Hammond for $10. At Jeremy needs to play the Jeb, please. Clap. Please clap.
Holy
afterwards.
fuck, bro.
It's how it's fucking typed. It's how it's typed. After his X video joke bombed on FNT. Thank you. Michael Rafferty for $2 says, here's $2. Thank you. Lord of the Reed for $5. I did that. Okay, we got that one. Luis Cuevas for $5. I super chat. My town is under attack by fire. Steph, laugh my ass off. Ha ha ha. What the fuck, Steph? Much love. Thank you. Lynn Green for 8 months. Remind everyone to come and check out Geeks and Gamers Tabletop.
Remind everyone to come.
Hey, listen, I'm just fucking reading, okay? Do you want me to play Mario Golf or not? Let's fucking go. What are we doing?
When you get mad, Beardo, your shoulders like pop out a little bit. Like I've never seen that.
I'm saying it from the chest.
See, there it goes. It's like shoulders.
The
pop.
Exalted Patriarch gifted a membership. Thank you. Kurt Angle for a 199 says I'm not a very big fan of the. Yeah, thanks. Turn Bull Tactical and Outdoors. Thank you for the 7 months. If I bring poop cookies to the meetup, will Beardo eat them? He seems pretty fond of them. Lock it in, yay. Brock just gifted 50 fucking memberships, Brock. Holy shit. Mad Master Porky for an 8 months. Porky? Can we get someone who's not retarded to read the super chats and member messages? Fuck you. Roland New for a 199 says one more Beardo. Thank you. Eric K for $2 says thanks for the reminder, Beardo, to come. You're welcome. Do not come. I'm gonna come. Beardo's Secret Illiterate Racism for $2 says hurry up, Beardo. Holy shit, we're done.
I'm crying. I
love it.
I got it.
All right, we got to end it there. We're going to be playing Mario Golf in less than 30 minutes. We're going to be live on D-Day Cobra 199. And then we're going to be live on Drunk 3PO's Basement. We're live on Fear the Beardo. And that's Kick. Are you going to be streaming on YouTube?
YouTube and Kick.
Okay. And then I don't know if Johnny's going to be streaming, but I will let everyone know. And then Hokey says one more super chat.
Sideways stand for $5. Beardo mispronounces word, proceeds to repeat it 3 more times the same way, then hangs his head in disappointment while the panel laughs at him. Hail 199. True. Jeff K for 26 months says, is it over yet? Beardo, you can do this. Thank you. Gun Home Mac for $5. Beardo, I know Disney is down right now, but I think they can grow again. I'm team Disney grows. Thank you. Tom Bray Master for a $20 says, no more Bearden. Bearden. Thank you, Tom Bray Master, for the 20. Can we just end the fucking stream?
Okay, we gotta end it there. I appreciate
Buy Jed's book. Go follow My Nerdy Home. Geeks and Gamers clips. Drunk 3PO's Basement. Melanie Mac Go Boom. Fear the Beardo on YouTube. And fuck Jeremy.
Thank you again, Brock, for those 50 gifted memberships. Fucking hell, this is so
God
good.
bless you guys. Have
Keeping
a
like
great
a time limit really does like make the whole thing. So it was good having Jed on. Great job, buddy. Steph, awesome as well. Jay, Melanie will probably be here next week. And we got Melanie Mac going boom. Fear the Beardo, fucking everything up. We love it. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you for Mario Golf here in about 20 minutes. Love you all. Have a great day. What's up?
I'm going live on Kick and Twitch.
There she is, and she's going live on Kick and Twitch. What are you playing, like Animal Crossing or some bullshit?
I've been going through Lego Harry Potter.
There we go. Lego Harry Potter.
Thank you very much. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Bye, everybody. See you for Mario Golf.